going on YouTube? Just wanted to do a quick video today showing my entire setup, my run and gun setup and my filming stuff. And I've been meaning to do this for quite a while, just hadn't got around to it. To be honest, I've kind of had the summer blues. I'm sure many of y'all can attest to that. We get busy doing other stuff, try to make the time pass, and it's just so dang hot. You know, I can't stay focused on hunting stuff, let alone filming and doing hunting stuff. So anyways, we're gonna do a quick video today. Real quick before we get started with this video, I want you to just take a quick look at what we got set up here at my house as a little shooting range we've been working on this summer. Everybody does their practice and stuff, but we do the best with what we got. But I think we've got a pretty slick little setup right here. We can go all the way out to about 80 yards for fun, but we got a good little range here just to have some buddies over and shoot. First, I just wanted to show everything that I carry. I'll show the modifications that I made here in a second, because I made quite a few to several things. But I just like I'm getting to the tree, I'm packing everything in. Here's my stand and my back. First I put my backpack on my stand and kind of like a shelf with my seat, and got my straps. I put my sticks with that on top, and then I use one of my straps for my stand because I can't cam this one over. I have to use straps, so I use one strap to keep it all tight together. That way I'm not carrying something extra. And one thing I did buy this year that I haven't mentioned yet, and like I said, I'll get into more of this here in a second, is I bought these MOLLE bags. I got 2 of them. Probably won't carry both of them just because they're a little bit bulky, because I mean, if I don't have a need for it, I might as well not carry it. But the purpose for these is put them on my side and carry at least one ratchet strap in that. And like I said, I carry the other one on my stand anyways, keeping it all together. All right, so say we get to the tree. This is what I'll do. I pretty much keep this strap. I take the slack and tie it up. But one thing you've realized running and gunning is you're not saving a whole lot of time going up the tree, but you're saving a whole lot of noise that you normally would make as far as taking a climbing stand and going up and all that. I normally just get there earlier and take my sweet time, and I don't really make no noise. I've climbed up in the tree and had deer start walking up on me as soon as I got set up. But anyways, I'm just going to rush through it a little bit today because there's no need in being quiet. But I take this first strap off, and like I said, instead of carrying extra bungees and stuff, I'm getting double use out of this because it's keeping everything compact. And then it's also, I got my strap to carry up. And normally what I do is I just kind of toss this to the side for right then. And then I take my sticks off and take my backpack off at that time. And I will say this, I've got an extremely light setup as far as stand and sticks alone. But when you're wanting to film and stuff, unless you saddle hunt, there's just not really a whole lot you can do to save a lot of weight. So you pretty much just got to bear with it. That's why I would suggest some really good backpack straps. It makes a ton of difference. And a waist belt also, but I don't carry a waist belt just because I don't really think I need it. This alone helps me out a lot. Like I said, this stand alone is only at about 8 pounds. And I also try to, whenever I get to all these different things, I'll try to leave a link in the description for everything to the best that I can, because a lot of this stuff come off Amazon, like these straps right here. And anyway, so you can find that in the link in the description. So anyways, I take this, the sticks is what I grab first, and I normally make 2 trips up and down the tree. I can make it in one, I've done it before, but like I said, I just get there early enough to where I'm not rushing, and because I find that's when you make the most mistakes. And another sweet thing too is I bought this J-hook. A lot of people, I sent it on a Facebook post, a lot of people are using them, and I thought it would keep these sticks pretty compact. Now, they're pretty compact alone, and like I said, I used to just stack them on there and a ratchet strap them, but I like having this J-hook because it keeps them rock solid and it doesn't weigh nothing, a few extra ounces. So I take that off. Normally, I just kind of hang it on a little limb right there, toss it at the base of the tree. And then that's when I take my first stick off. I'll go ahead and I'll use daisy chains. I think it's 7/64. And I think they're pretty slick myself. I was kind of nervous about them at first, but I've used them for a year now, and these things have no give. I mean, they're rock solid. Unless you kick your stick up, it's not going anywhere. So I know there's a lot of people scared of them, but which I'm not a big fella by any means, but you look at that and you think it can't hold nothing, but that's some strong stuff. So at this point is when I'm gonna start putting my first stick on the tree. And here's another tip a lot of guys don't do. I see so many people and they talk about needing 8ers and stuff, and they got like 5 sticks and 3 8ers and they can only get 20 feet. And that's all good and well for these bigger fellas, and you're yourself. But for me personally, I'm pretty young, pretty slim, and I'm kind of like a monkey in the tree. I'm not gonna put my first stick down here and then use 8ers and whatever. On a tree that I don't know about this tree, but on a tree that I'm able to, I put that first stick, I mean, way up here. And I cinch it down real good. And then a lot of people, like, this is what I do. I normally walk up the tree. I mean, my first stick, I don't have a tape measure, but normally I've measured it before, and if I really push it, I can get 7 feet off my first stick without an 8er. Like, look at that. And for me, that's pretty easy. Like, why carry an 8er or why carry any extra sticks whenever I can do that? So that's what I do off my first stick. For filming purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and lower it just a little bit so I can get to it easily. These are the API sticks, and I paid $99.99 for 3 of them. They're actually a 3-step stick, but what I did is I'll leave the link in the description too, but if you want to follow Platinum Pursuit Outdoors, and he's got the exact perfect video that I went by for these. I cut them down, raised the stick up to where the Versa button was, and made it, I think it's 22.5, 22 something stick per stick, and then and then I drilled holes all in them, lowered my Versa button down a little bit, and painted them up good. And I've hunted with them for a whole year, love them. I can get 3 sticks, and like I said, I pushed it on my first one, but 3 sticks, my average height is 15 to 18 feet, which for me is perfect. But I can really push it and get 20, but I, like hunting all last year, I never even needed to. So that's where we're at. And for filming purposes, I'm gonna act like I'm already up high as I'm gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and get our stand and put it in the tree. So now that we're up in the tree, what I typically do is I climb down. I got my stand and my sticks locked up in one trip up. And what I do is then I'll come down, and I bought this pretty slick pull-up rope made by Allen off of Amazon. When I go down, I carry it with me, hook it to my bow, which I don't have my bow out here with me, but I'll hook it to my bow. Then I grab my backpack and I climb up. And this is when I'll go ahead and start getting everything set up. I'll put which this year I added this third-hand archery bow hanger off of the side of my stand. So I'm hoping that that'll work out pretty slick. Typically I would use a strap that went on around the side, but to save time, and this is where I meant if you film, you're gonna get into some weight. This is the Muddy camera arm, and the base is like 5 pounds, just the base. But for the price point, you really can't beat it, as far as sturdiness and filming and stuff. So it's just been always been a go-to for me. I typically like to have this off my right side. I have hunted with it on both, depending on the tree that I'm in. All right. Wouldn't that be nice if you could just hop down from your 20-foot stand. But I'm pretending that I'm up here in one trip. And normally I take this GoPro, and as I'm climbing up the tree or something, it's got a clamp on it, and I just clamp it to my harness, so I'm going up and it's never in the way. And here's where I'm gonna go ahead and level the camera arm, get everything squared away. And then at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get my camera and stuff out, and which I carry a fanny pack, which I got it off Amazon too. I carry that fanny pack, and I always get my camera fits perfectly in there. I get it out. My fluid head normally is attached to this, but I'm filming off of it off the tripod. But I already have my fluid head on it. So at this point, I just attach my camera, hook my wires up. I grab that GoPro that I carried up here with me, and if I got a branch handy, what I'll do is I'll attach it. Say I got this branch. I don't really like where that's at. I use my camera arm a lot to put my stuff on. My GoPro is right there on that. That's pretty much it as far as getting to the tree, getting up the tree, and getting ready to hunt. I'll go into more detail about the modifications that I made right now. All right, as far as my harness goes, I'm just going to tell you everything that I have right here, starting from my harness, my ropes, and everything else. This harness I got for like 50 bucks from, I think, Cabela's or Bass Pro. It's just a big game tree stands harness. Pretty simple. There's not much to it. I may eventually go with something different, but I mean, you don't really need to. A harness is a harness to me. I got this rope from Tethered, my lineman's rope with my carabiners on each side, and it's got my Prusik knot. And one thing a lot of people don't know, which I seen a guy make a video for it, I can't remember what his name was. He put it on Facebook. I was wanting to buy me an ascender where I can do everything one-handed, loosening and tightening. But he told me, take your slack, run it through your carabiner, and you're able to pull that tight, and it does it all just like the ascender does. So you can always use your slack and just run it straight through your carabiner from your Prusik knot, and you don't even have to have an ascender. And like I said, here's my sticks. They're the API sticks with I think it's 8 feet of Amsteel daisy chain around them. It's got elastic on the ends of them, so it works just perfect to wrap it around, hook it to my Versa button. All 3 of them stack pretty nice together. And I actually took some stealth strips, and right here where they touch together, I put a piece of it on them. So that way when I stack them together, they're a little bit more quiet. I've been talked about these little bags that I got from Amazon. They're just little MOLLE bags. I can't remember, I think they were only like 10 bucks a piece or something. Possibly more, I can't remember. I'll add the link in the description. But this is gonna be the first year I use them. We'll see how helpful they are. This is just an old cheap backpack I've had for several years now. It's an Allen. It's pretty big, but it's really not much weight for how big it is. And it's got a lot of pockets and a lot of different stuff. I keep my snacks in here. I keep just anything you name. My camera arm fits in here. I got my grunt call. Right now I've actually still got some extra orange in here. I hadn't cleaned everything out. Got my Thermacell. And here's my other bow hanger I was telling y'all about. And I may still carry it with me because it's handy to put my backpack and stuff on. It literally just goes around the tree and clicks together. And it's public land legal here in Missouri. Can't screw nothing in the tree. So this works pretty slick. I carry it with me. And for private land, I like using these real tree hangers if I got a stand that I'm sitting in already. But nothing much with my backpack. I've even carried some deer out in this thing. There's blood and stuff in here from buying them game bags and packing one out, just sticking it in this backpack. Like I said, there's plenty of pockets. Carry my rangefinder in the side pocket here. And just a little bit of everything, depending on what season, how late in the season it is. And as far as my stand goes, I've got a whole video where I'll leave the link in the description on that too, but this is the Out on a Limb Little Ambush. And a lot of people ask me questions, and one reason I'm doing this video is they wanted to know the modifications that I made to this stand particularly, because I did a video and a review on when I first got it out of the box last year. Now I've hunted with it for a full year. I actually made a few of these modifications last year, so I know that they're good. There's a few that I've made that I'm not so sure yet about. And ideally, I'm just gonna tell you right up front, ideally, I really do love this stand, but even though I'm pretty slim and I can get in a lot of stuff, a lot of places, I would ideally like a little bit bigger stand, even if I had to sacrifice a little bit of weight. Like I said, this stand alone is only 8 pounds, but and it gets me a lot of places. But sometimes if I'm doing an all-day sit, I would like a little bit bigger of a platform where maybe it V's out a little bit like a teardrop, or just a little bit bigger of a seat. And I'm thinking about a modification that I can do for this seat. Maybe add an old seat off of a Lone Wolf or off of another stand that I have. And I'm still thinking about that. Or leaving it like this and buying me another stand and just having 2 run and gun setups. I don't know. But anyways, first off, I trimmed this stand down about 1 inch. I'm long-legged, and it was still so long that I had to like get on my tippy toes if I sat down. So I trimmed it down just a little bit, just cut off this main beam right here. Stuck a bolt through that because it was a 2-piece stand. So the seat's got this bracket, you can see back here, and it attaches to the platform. I just ran a bolt straight through it, drilled a hole, ran a bolt, tightened it up. So now it's just one solid stand, because that's the way I hang it up anyways. So there's no point in letting it rattle and whatnot. I bought me some stealth stripping. Stealth stripped my cables because this stand is so small that my boots was rubbing my cables last year. So I actually had deer kind of hear stuff and get spooky and skittish. And all it was whenever I would move, my boots would rub these cables, and it was making just different noises. So I stealth stripped that. That's a new thing, so hopefully it helps. I bought this third-hand archery bow hanger. A lot of people are raving about them, so I figured I would try it. Especially when I pull my bow up, I don't have to worry about attaching nothing to the tree or whatever. I just got it right here, and it's at my side always. Done talked about this Allen pull rope. It's retractable, so whenever I pull my bow up, it's still here. It doesn't get all tangled up and whatever. I have to worry about it dangling in the wind. And I added a little bit of stealth strip there to quiet it down. It only does so good. As you can see, it clicks itself sometimes. Got these Molly backpack straps. To me, the best strap that's out there. It's great. I think they're like 30 bucks. So you cannot beat it. The XOP has a good system, but it's like 60 bucks on Amazon. For 30, you got this, and I love them. Like I said, that's a lot of weight overall, and these straps make a world of difference. If you're going to sacrifice some money on anything, get you some good straps. And second to last, I got this cheap seat cushion because there's no cushion on it. And I'm thinking about one thing making this seat a little bigger is adding a little bit bigger of a cushion to where it just rounds over the edges and seeing if that's enough to make a difference. So I may still do that before season comes in. Who knows? And then lastly, I painted the stand up a little bit. It was solid black. And one thing I said I loved about it, it was the texture that was painted on from out on a limb. Still love that. But I painted it around the edges just a little bit, mainly just to make it look cool. It matches my sticks, and sometimes you just got to make things look cool to you. So that's why I did that. So this is just, in no way, shape, or form am I telling anybody they got to have all this stuff. I'm not a rich guy by no means, so I'm just your typical hunter that has to kind of work on different things and sacrifice some money sometimes and sacrifice some weight on some other things. And this is my run and gun setup, and in the future I plan on having it better and lighter. Like I said, I don't have the money to just get everything that I want right now. If I had the money, I would just have that Lone Wolf 0.5 and 1.0 because I would like to have both of them. To be honest, I mean, I've not even seen one in person, but looking at the reviews and looking at the pictures of them, there's not another stand on the market that's like them. They've got it figured out. So, for everything that I've got, it's worked for me in the past, last year, I loved hunting out of this thing. Being mobile is huge. I will tell you that. You do need to be mobile. If you're wanting to kill big deer, if you're wanting to get out there and see a lot of deer, you got to be mobile. There's too many times I've sat in a ladder stand and deer start figuring that them ladder stands are there. They know that you're sitting there. But when you're mobile and you can sit in different trees, even if you're just going 30 yards the next day, or you see deer coming down one trail, you can run down, pack up, takes you 20, 30 minutes, get over there and set up on that trail, and within another 30 minutes have a deer down off of that trail. You can't do that if you're hunting ladder stands. And you can hunt on the ground. There's so many different ways, but I will say being mobile makes a difference when you're hunting, especially bow hunting. And anyways, I guess that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully we'll have a couple more videos. I apologize for not doing a whole lot this summer, but like I said, pretty much just had the summer blues. And we may do a little squirrel hunting, we might do a little scouting, a little food plotting, who knows. We only got about 3.5 weeks till Kentucky opener. So I'm gonna be buying my tags and chasing velvet bucks or a doe or whatever. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm trying to kill this year, tag out in Missouri and Kentucky. So we're gonna do a lot of hunting. Cody's up, Larry's up, I'm up. We got some buddies that are going with us. Austin, Terrence, Blake, different guys. And I'm excited for this season. Good luck to everybody out there. Hopefully you got a good running gun set up, or you got everything you need. Get all this stuff fixed up, get your bows dialed in. Let's go out there and kill some deer this fall. Good luck to everybody watching. Thanks.